move to capture the city. That's what Joburg Mayor Palati is calling the motion of no confidence against her. Palati remains adamant the council's sitting is unlawful. Despite having filed papers to block the sitting, councillors have gathered to discuss this and the House has supported the motion. eNCA reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones is following these developments. Let's cross live to him at City Council for an update. Pule, we saw, of course, the DA and some of its coalition partners calling for the Speaker to give them an hour's caucus, but we saw 139 or so people voting for the mayor to be ousted. So what does this mean? Is she out or is she still in?
Well, currently there's been a 1 hour caucus adjournment that has taken place. What I can definitely confirm is that the court case is currently in session right now. It started at just about 11:15, and we were expected to speak to the executive mayor of Johannesburg, but we understand now that she's still listening to the court session. Maybe let's just perhaps bring the spokesperson, Mabine Siabi. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, sir. Now, obviously, now we do understand that the court is in session. And as it partakes, we saw that some of the council members from the DA didn't want to sign the register. What's the latest? What can you tell us? How's the mayor feeling like so far?
Well, as the mayor stated earlier, we do not recognize this sitting of council, as it has been called outside the procedures of council and the rules of council. Therefore, our councillors across the multi-party governments did not sign the register, some even taking it to the extent of not attending this particular sitting of council, which we see as invalid. As we speak now, the Johannesburg High Court is sitting to hear our urgent matter, which is calling for whatever is happening in council today to be declared null, void and invalid.
Mabina, I know you wouldn't comment on this, but I spoke to some of the members who were attending the program committee meeting yesterday. They said they walked out of the meeting. This means it did not reach quorum. In your founding affidavit, those are some of the arguments you're raising. Does this mean, and please just explain to us, does this mean if the program committee meeting doesn't reach quorum, you cannot adopt any resolution from that session, then bring it to council?
That was one of our prayers in our papers that we filed this morning, that because of that programming committee not reaching a quorum, it means that the agenda that was adopted, as well as the sitting of council, is invalid. So we're asking the court to also rule on that matter.
And I see this is on an urgent basis. Do you believe that you've reached all the legal, requirements to ensure that the court can listen to you and to ensure that the court doesn't chuck it out on, the basis of it not being urgent?
The matter is being heard as we speak, which shows the urgency of this matter. Should this court matter not hear this matter on an urgent basis, there'll be chaos and confusion that is caused by this matter not being heard. So we're asking the court to give finality to this matter, because we believe that as the Speaker of Council, who's entrusted with the rules of Council as well as the laws of South Africa, is not acting in the interests of Council or the residents of the city of Johannesburg, is using that office as a vehicle to drive a political agenda that will only end with the collapse of the city of Johannesburg.
And just maybe a last one there. There's a 1 hour adjournment right now in caucus. Will the mayor be going back to the council, or she's just still waiting for the outcome of the High Court judgment?
The mayor will observe the sitting of the High Court and will therefore comment after that.
Thank you very much for joining us, Masego. I just want to take a walk and speak to some of those in the parties, if you can get to you, but if you just heard the technicality, would you today the members who was action is did not particularly agree. The speaker had to say, bring in your position for joining us. I spoke to the mayor. View not reach programs committee meeting, and therefore the urgent matter will proceed.
So issue of the agent, correct. The judge said so. By virtue of being concluded, it would mean that it will be thrown out. But I'm not sure. Action programming, we had quorum. We'll
All right, let's try and re-establish our connection to Pule Letshwiti-Jones. It's quite bad there for the moment. He is speaking to the party leader of Al Jama in the city council. And of course, they are one of the people who voted along with the opposition on Wednesday when Colleen Makhubela was voted in as the speaker. Let's take you to a short ad.